Hey Donnie, how's it going? The other day I met a common friend of ours, Briak, who was here. He's been here in China for about a month or so, I think, studying Chinese and traveling around. And so naturally, being two foreigners here in China, we spent most of the evening talking about internet connection. And now a lot of people know that it can be hard to connect to the internet here in China, or they've heard about the GFW or Great Firewall of China or things like that. They know certain websites are blocked, but it seems that there's a lot of misinformation or a lot of people just simply don't know exactly what's going on. So I thought I would take this opportunity to make a video and explain exactly what's happening, at least for me, what's happened here during these 8, 9 months that I've been in China so far and having to deal with this different internet situation. Well, starting from the basics, basically, uh, everyone who everyone who comes here will notice that certain websites are blocked, right? So the right away you'll see that Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and some other websites are blocked. Famously, CNN every now and then, depending on what articles they have, or other news sites. Now Dropbox is blocked as well, et cetera, et cetera. So these ones cannot be accessed at all. Certain other ones are only accessible very slowly, and this is basically Gmail, Google Docs, anything Google. I know there are others as well, but for me, it's basically been Google. These, what happens is that they're routed through Hong Kong, I think, or something I've been told. So basically, you can access them 1 out of 5 times or 1 out of 10 times, depending on when you're trying to access it. Certain times it won't load. Some certain times it'll just be extremely slow, and other times it kind of seems okay, and it'll be trial and error. Then you'll have foreign websites, which generally will be slower, and I've had this when trying to deal with many foreign websites that aren't Chinese. And then you have the Chinese websites like Baidu, Taobao, stuff like that. These will load extremely quickly, and there's no problem. And so I wanted to go through these and basically explain how to deal with these usually. Now, most people who've moved here have VPN. VPN is basically a way to kind of trick your computer, the computer connection, into making it seem like your computer right now is somewhere else, like the States or something like that, rather than here. So that way you can access Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. And so for most people, if you, while you're here, you want to update Facebook or, respond to some Gmails, then a VPN is great, and that's all you need. However, if you want to do anything more heavy duty, then you're going to have issues. And this is why I wanted to talk to Briak about it, because I know he's in web marketing and he has to do more heavy duty stuff. I personally have 3 VPNs that I keep rotating. And the reason for this is, well, first of all, if you have a VPN, your connection is going to be slower than with a normal connection. That's just the way it is. And so it can depend on your connection you have, plus the VPN. And so you have two things there that, will definitely make things slower. As an example, usually when I open a YouTube video, it's very rare that I can play it right away and just let it go. I'll have to wait for it to load and then press play. On the other hand, if I'm on any of these Chinese websites streaming, TV shows, movies, whatever, there's never an issue, and they work right away. So that's first of all. Second of all, another issue with the VPN, I should say, is that every now and then, once you start, using it for a while, you notice that after about an hour or half an hour or 2 hours, at some point, it'll either just cut off or become really, really slow. And the reason for this, now I wasn't sure what the hell was going on. That's why I got different VPNs, and it seems like there's a new VPN that's big at the moment. Like for right now it's Astril, but then a while later it's not so big because more people are on it, and more of these bots have discovered it. And it's these bots that are going around trying to see which computers are on foreign websites or basically using a VPN that come around, and so this is what slows down your connection every hour or so or something like that, because basically that's what they're doing. And so yeah, you can restart your connection and start up again. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, but other times you just have to wait it out and wait, and it can be really annoying, for obvious reasons. As they say, the only thing worse than no internet connection is a slow internet connection. And it's very true. When you're trying to get things done, it can be really frustrating. Now, this is where I am right now. I have three different VPNs and I try to schedule my workday so I can do stuff like that. It's still extremely frustrating, but you try to work around it. I'm lucky because actually I use the internet quite a bit, but I don't have a web-based. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a coder. I'm not anything like that. I use WordPress. I use Gmail. I use Dropbox to back up everything. I use Google Docs, stuff like that. So I do use stuff that I need a VPN for. Quite heavy duty sometimes, but I don't, you know, I'm not a programmer and a coder. I can only imagine it's a lot worse for them. In fact, I know there are people who get paid quite a bit doing just that, helping, others, foreigners who come here, deal with all that situation. Now, what I've also heard more recently is there's something that's been referred to me as mirrors. So basically, when these bots are coming around and they slow down or cut off your connection, these mirrors kind of reflect what these bots see and make them think that rather, your connection being in the US, that you're still in China or something like that. Again, this is the terminology that was given to me. I'm not a computer guy, so I don't really know what I'm talking about, and I don't have it yet. And I don't think I'll get it, but it's something to keep in mind. I can find out the Chinese name and probably write it down somewhere here, just in case someone's interested in getting something like that. However, I uh, I want to say, I mean, so basically, these are the issues that exist. And so when you're trying to connect to web pages, you're going to have various different, if it's YouTube or Facebook, you cannot. If it's Gmail, it's going to be very slow. But even if it's other websites, you might have issues if they're not Chinese. And so that's why foreigners here will very often complain about, I can't do this, I can't access that, or this, that, and the other. And other people that are abroad don't understand what's going on. And, for me, it's been an issue because I use well, for marketing, I use Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and then to talk to clients, I have a translation company, so to talk to clients and to my translators, I use Gmail, we use Google Calendar to coordinate, Google Docs to send stuff back and forth. I obviously use Google Analytics to keep track of a lot of stuff. And I still use Dropbox to back up all my files remotely while I'm here in China. So it is, it's been a real headache for stuff like that. However, I should say that it's not, I'm sounding here all doom and gloom about it. It's just something you have to get around. On the other hand, what you also notice at the same time while you're here is that there's this whole separate ecosystem going on in China because Chinese people, not everyone has VPN. And why not? Because they have their own stuff. They have, they're not using Facebook or Twitter, or YouTube. They're using WeChat and Weibo and QQ and other websites like that. And now these, being in China, they're kind of closed off from the rest of the world, but also being in China, it's a huge market. And so there's a lot of potential there. But that will be for another video. For now, I'm just talking about VPN, about the basics, the essentials for anyone who comes here and wants to start doing some sort of business online. You're going to have to deal with that. And so hopefully this gives an idea of what you have to deal with and what to be prepared for. You can look up, like I said, VPNs will change. So whatever I say now probably won't go in 6 months' time or something like that. But you can usually ask around any foreigner, what VPNs they're using at the moment and get that. They don't cost too much. They can go from very cheap to about, the most I've seen I think is maybe $30 per month or $30 per 2 months or something like that. But that's, you know, more than you're going to need. So anyway, maybe so yeah, I can do another video showing the opportunities and the different ecosystem going on here and how interesting that can be. But for now, I just wanted to talk about this. Hopefully, it's informative and it helps. And that's about it for now. Thanks.